One of the best fights of all time just happened on a random Tuesday night on Dana White's Contender Series in the bantamweight division at 135 pounds. This fight was absolutely generational, okay? It's on YouTube. The UFC posted it to their YouTube. So if you haven't seen it, go watch it before this video. Trust me, you're going to want to see this. This fight is amazing, okay? And it took place between Adriana Luna Martini and Mark Voligan, okay? And so the stats, Martini's stats, he came into this fight 17-1. He's 5'8" with a 71-inch reach, and he was on a 15 fight win streak going into this fight. Okay, so pretty impressive stats from this young man. Now Mark Volgin, I think you pronounce his name Vologin, I don't know, but he was 12-4-1 coming into this fight. He's 5'3", so a little bit small for the bantamweight division. Pretty small even for flyweight. But you can see, he's got muscle, he's thick, and he hits hard, as we see in this fight, with a 65-inch reach, right? So this dude's at a 6-inch reach disadvantage. But the thing is, he's gonna always kind of be fighting like that, being the shorter guy at bantamweight. So he's kind of used to having this reach disadvantage, and he did very well in this fight. And he, spoiler alert, he lost, but he had a 7 fight win streak going into this fight, right? Now, before we get into the actual fight, I want to, let's talk about what people are saying about this fight. One of the most insane fights I've ever seen, not even an exaggeration. True, dude. If you haven't watched the fight, I'm assuming you guys have, but if not, just watch round 2, okay? Just watch round 2. We're going to go through some of the highlights, trust me, okay? Because it's a crazy fight. It's crazy how few people here join us and watch the Contender Series. These cards have been such bangers that we've had both winners and losers getting contracts for the past 3 cards. Some of the best fights you'll ever see in the UFC will happen on Tuesday night. This is so true, dude. The Dana White's Contender Series are making bangers after bangers, okay? It's such, the fights are crazy. Finishes are just incentivized. You kind of have to get a finish or have a crazy fight to get into the UFC from this. So of course, they're going to be great fights. If you're not watching Dana White Contender Series, you are missing out. Round 2 makes Poirier versus Hooker. Round 2 look like a walk in the park. Do you know how much of how insane this statement is, and the fact that it's not even a crazy statement? Poirier versus Hooker is one of the best fights of all time, and it's one of the best wars, especially round 2. And now, but this round 2 is just even crazier. That just shows how insane this fight was, and you guys have seen it, hopefully, right? It's just crazy. But we're gonna get into round 1. I got some clips here. I'm gonna play them, but I put them small. I'm hoping that I don't get copyrighted and this doesn't get taken down. But they start having a great scrap for the first round, okay? I showed a few clips here.
Reach disadvantage. Okay, Fight's a lot bigger than his size, but he's eating a couple.
I thought this was muted. I thought I had my computer volume off. I don't want to get copyrighted here, right? But, I'm trying to show some highlights, okay? Highlight 1. They're getting into scraps, right? They're getting scrappy. This is within, the first minute of the fight. They're already getting scrappy. These are all from round 1. We got that spinning kick right here. Knockdown. You see this shorter dude, 5'3" guy, he has a lot of power, okay? That's one thing, I kind of fear for him in the bantamweight division because both these guys did get accepted into the UFC. But fighting at 5'3" is just, kind of a hard task, Boom. Yeah, knockdown from Volgin. Very, he ended up knocking him down twice. Knocking down Martini twice in the very first round. Okay, yeah, maybe this video thing wasn't a very good idea. I was trying to show some good clips, but it's very small, but whatever. But, Martini landed 43 of 75 strikes in the first round, and Volgin landed 39 of 94. And the round goes to Mark Volgin because he knocked, Martini down twice. So, but it was a good scrap. Round 1 was a good scrap. It was a great fight. But then we get to round 2. Round 2 was absolutely generational, okay? This round was insane, okay? And now I could play some more highlights, but what I want to do is I want to generate a random time between this, because this is on the YouTube video where round 2 starts. And we're just gonna see. We're just gonna see. We're gonna get a completely random time. Ask ChatGPT if ChatGPT will work. Generate a random time between this. Let's see what it is. And then we're gonna go and watch this. Okay, 8:14. We're copying that. It might take, a quick moment to get this format here. Okay. This is not what I wanted. This is what I wanted. Okay. So we're going to go to here. We're going to play. No, what the hell? 8:14, that's what it said. 8:14. And we're going to play this for 5 seconds, okay? So we're going to play until 8:19. 19. And we're going to just see a completely random time during round 2. Let's see if there's something cool going on. Let's see. Immediately throwing elbows in the clinch, scrapping knees, crazy, okay? I can just generate complete random times, during the point. That's the point. The point is there are too many highlights, dude. I cannot give you all the highlights in round 2. You can literally just go to a random time during round 2 and something crazy is happening, okay? But there are some moments I want to talk about. I was going to, generate some more times, but I don't think this clip thing is working out very well. I'm trying to make it small so that I don't get copyrighted, but it's kind of hard to see. But you know what? Martini throws 15 knees to the body / head in a row within 20 seconds in round 2, and just over. And these aren't like, soft, like knees to the thigh. These are hard knees to the head and body. And then Vologin was just eating these shots. It was unbelievable. It was absolutely generational. And so Martini, he landed 91 of 127 strikes in this round, while Vologin landed 55 of 89. Meaning, Martini won that round, so it's 1-1 going into the third, right? And this was Dana's face after round 2. Dana was standing up and clapping after round 2. If Dana does this, you've done something good. If you got Big Dana looking like this, clapping like this on the Contender Series, you're getting a check, okay? He gave these guys both 25K bonuses, which is very unusual, but that just goes to show how good this fight was. And Dana also did something really weird here. It was like, they were recording him, and then he turned to the camera and just goes, "You should subscribe to Lifters MMA, dude." I was like, oh shit, Dana, thank you. I mean, I didn't need the shout out, but hey, I appreciate it. But let's get on to now, at the end of the second round, Vologin had a major cut on his, it was right near his eye. And then they bring out the doctor, and I'm like, oh man, this is going to get stopped, right? Because there's no way. I mean, you can't really see here. This was a pretty deep cut right next to the eye. And then they bring out the doctor, and the doctor's just like, nah, he's good. Yeah, he can go a little more. That's the exact quote. The doctor goes, he can go a little bit more. I'm like, a little more? Like, what do you mean? Like, you can go a little more? Like, I don't know. That doctor, I feel like Dana might have, like, texted the doctor in between rounds, like, dude, you better not stop this fucking fight. That shit was crazy. He can go a little more. That was not, like, very... If I'm the fighter and I heard the doctor say, he can probably go a little more, I'm like, what the fuck? I don't want to go more. I don't want to lose my eye. But no, this dude's a fucking badass. He's like, yeah, let's go. So we get into round 3, despite all odds. Okay, I'm surprised we got into round 3, but we did. And, at the start of the fight, Vologin hurts Martini on the feet, but he rushes in, then Martini gets a takedown. And from there, we get a lot of control time. He gets controlled for around a minute. So Vologin gets controlled for around a minute, okay? On the ground with some decent, smudge grappling and stuff. So after he gets up, he's, been taken down. After he finally gets up in this grueling fight, you want to know what he does? You want to know what he does after getting up? This is what he does. Rolling Thunder. This dude pulls a Justin Gaethje Rolling Thunder after this insanely grueling fight. After getting taken down, finally getting back up to his feet, He pulls a Justin Gaethje and does a rolling thunder out of absolutely nowhere. I mean, this dude's just fucking insane, dude. This dude is an absolute badass. And Justin Gaethje, okay, step aside, man. Step aside. This is the real Justin Gaethje, okay? Mark Volligan is the real Justin Gaethje, okay? Get out of here with this shit, dude. That was, I mean, it's just crazy. This dude's insane. With that cut, too, like, come on, man. But, you know, they scrap again, have a good scrap for the next 2 minutes. And then in the last minute of the fight ends with Martini on top again. He gets around like a 2 minutes and 45 seconds of control time in that round. And Martini landed 31 of 50 strikes, while Volgan landed 23 of 42 strikes. And the round goes to Martini with, you know, the control time. And he also, I mean, he wasn't just controlling him on top. He was landing some decent shots, you know, decent shots. Nothing insane, but good shots. So the fight goes to, yeah, Martini wins by unanimous decision, 29-28, in an amazing fight. Oh yeah, I titled it Controversy because I've seen a lot of people saying that they're not super sure if they thought maybe Volgan should have gotten the decision, but I think the right decision was made. You know, I mean, Volgan did knock Martini down at the end or the beginning of the round 3. But with the control time, and Martini still did good on the feet in that round. I think he won round 3 pretty clearly, and I do agree with the decision. But I'm very happy that both guys are in the UFC now. I'm very excited to see both of these guys moving forward. So the result is that they both get a contract, and Dana White gives them both 25K bonuses. So all in all, you know, pretty good result. You know, maybe it took 5 years off of their life, but they're legends now. This fight's getting so much traction everywhere. Everybody's talking about this fight, and these guys, you know, could have a rivalry down the line maybe. So, huge props to both these guys. That's it for the video. Yeah, you better be watching Dana White's Contender Series because this shit is legit. So that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you.